Tonight on Dolphin Cove.
Your Baron Trent is living on sacred land. We want it back.
Do you want the license to pack up and go home?
The issue's political. It's out of my hands.
I'd like to start seeing your daughter.
And we're being a little premature.
Katie, I heard you made out on the beach today.
How have you managed to survive adolescence without defending your cause?
With a fast mouth and quicker feet.
Gonna dance on your grave, Larson.
It's an Australian tradition. The Boarders have always hated the day boys.
Why? Because at the end of the day, we get freed from this prison?
And after an arduous selection process, you've been chosen to defend our honour.
Why me, Kevin?
Well, it's obvious. You're rough. You're tough. You're American.
Yeah, and Armitage has already beaten the snot out of the rest of you wimps.
True, but I believe that you can beat him. So do the rest of us.
Look, the guy's Cro-Magnon. He's one tiny chromosome away from being the leading ape and Armitage in the mist.
You scared?
Yeah, a little.
Well, let's examine the worst-case scenario.
All right. Let's say Armitage shatters my face and I spend the next 6 months sucking custard through a wired jaw.
No. The worst-case scenario.
All right, Kev, let's say he kills me.
Yeah, well, at least you won't have to wear the school uniform anymore.
Nah, look, I'm out of my league, all right? The guy's twice my size.
Look, you can take him, David. All us day boys believe in you. Besides, we pulled together a big bet just to show our confidence in you.
So there's cash involved with this? All right, count me in.
Armitage. We were just talking about you.
Gonna dance on your grave, Larson.
Oh, joy.
Okay, fellas, vocabulary review. Look. Ball. Okay, 2 points, Delbert. Slim. Rubber ducky. D for duck. Slim, you are a show-off.
1200 cc's of raw horsepower between your knees to make you feel alive. Well, come on, lad. Don't let me stop your workout.
I'm just not sure what to do with this big bag.
Well, come on, let's have a look at your technique. No. You're supposed to punch the stuffing out of it, don't just waltz around.
I'm just kind of new at all this stuff.
You mean you've never had a fist fight?
Sure, I've had plenty of fist fights.
David, how have you managed to survive adolescence without defending your cause?
With a fast mouth and quicker feet. Now it's put up time or shut up time at St. Crispin's.
Would you like a word of advice from the Marquis of Queensbury?
You mean you know how to box?
Oh, boxing's just like big business, Davy. You protect yourself at all times. Always be on the lookout for an opening. Right, watch the eyes. Now, the moment that your opponent is distracted, you make your move swift and without mercy.
Are you okay?
Never better.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. Well, excuse me.
Thanks for the tips.
No, that's fine. Carry on.
You're close.
No. You can have it.
So she goes to Rebecca. She goes, oh, yeah? Well, why don't you just drop dead? They're not laughing at you. They're laughing at him. Warwick. A pest. He saw you last week when you came over after school. Love at first sight.
Ready to go, Katie? Yes, well, if it's all right with your mother.
Mum says it's all right as long as I'm home before dark.
All right. Let's get a move on then.
You know, Dad, we ought to go out to eat one of these nights. Of course, in this town, we probably have to hunt for it.
David, it's no big deal doing the dishes once a week.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with paper plates either. Jeez, Katie, what are you trying to do, scold me? Dad, why don't we rock it into the 20th century, you know, with one of those checks that Mr. Trent gives you? Why don't we buy a dishwasher that works?
Less talk and
More work. It's hard enough scraping these things. I can't even get the swill off.
Hurt your sister's feelings. Strike one.
Yeah, Katie's a man. She can handle it. Oh, your little cutie just hit me. Oof.
Insulted the cook. Strike two.
It doesn't seem right to me. A guy wants to beat you up, and you know you're in the right. What are your options?
Intelligent people in this day and age, my own children included, should be able to reason things out.
Yeah, Dad, that's the same type of thinking that made Beirut into the popular seaside resort it is today. Look, Katie, I'll give you $1 if you'll finish these dishes for me. Fine, deal. Get to work.
Homework?
No, I don't have it. The farm report.
Am I interrupting anything?
Oh, no, just a reading room frenzy.
Anybody want to go for a walk?
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm game. But Katie hasn't finished the dishes yet. Hey, Didge, has there ever been a Australian boxing champion?
Kippy the kangaroo. 7 years on a county fair circuit, didn't lose a bout.
Kippy have a strategy?
Yeah, whenever things got dicey, little Joey would stick his head out of Kippy's pouch and deliver a swift blow below the belt. Fastest paws in the continent.
Too bad I don't have a pouch. Think fast.
All right, let's go. That's Wamba.
Wamba? It's just a turtle.
Now, in the dream time, Wamba, he kidnapped Ula the lizard to be his wife. Well, his family scolded him for stealing a bride, and they said that when Ula's family came to rescue her, that Wamba would have to fight him on his own.
Better off a bachelor.
Yeah, and they came. And Wamba chose 2 burins, or shields. He put one in front and one on his back. And when the spear started flying, he pulled his head and his arms behind the shield, showering him with weapons and closing in. They pushed him closer to the creek.
Yeah, I bet her father was a chief too, huh? Guy can never win.
As he got close to the creek, he pulled his front burin off and he dived into the water. And when he came up, they didn't recognize him. It was a turtle. Well, they tried to catch him, but he just pulled his head inside the shell. That's why the turtle is called a Wamba.
I can relate to that theory. Wamba Larson. So how'd you learn all that, did you?
Not in any books.
Sort of stories are passed down from storyteller to storyteller.
How do you know it's true? No fair dinkum.
Well, when you're in the bush, you watch and you listen. A bush will tell you if it's true.
I hate to break the news to you, but trees and bushes don't talk.
Maybe you're not listening.
Sometimes the things that ain't said are the most important.
Oh, great, we have company.
You guys wait here.
You gonna go over there?
It's family.
Oh, man, Wooga just sent me.
Is he sick?
He wants to see you at home tomorrow.
All right.
Hey, Dish.
Yeah, right.
What's happening? You going somewhere?
Yep.
Is it because what happened on the bridge last night?
Yep.
What did happen last night?
Family business.
Is there something you'd like to share, want to talk about?
No, I'll be right, mate.
Maybe you just need a sympathetic ear. Someone who knows what it's like to be hounded.
Hounded?
Unpopular. Temporarily. Look, I know I've led a sheltered life, but I figured we could help each other out. You know, I go with you, I meet your family, I find out what the real Aboriginal Australia is like, and you drive me.
That's some deal. I tell you what, mate. If your father don't mind you missing school for a day, you're welcome to come.
Great.
It won't be what you're picturing.
It's perfect. Thanks.
Someone else coming?
No, just me.
Oh, sure you packed enough.
Yeah, everything in the survival guide.
Ditch, sorry, missed your cousin. David's packed a few necessities. He's not as rugged as he thinks.
Thanks a lot.
First aid kit,
Yeah, never know.
mosquito repellent,
Yeah, well, mosquitoes are man-eaters in the bush. You told me that.
compass.
Compass?
What else you got? Water purification tablets.
Dehydrated stew?
I might not like goanna.
Goanna?
So what'd you pack?
Just bare necessities.
That's it?
Yep.
Well, I got an extra pair of hiking boots if you want them.
And socks.
And socks. All right. See you later, Dad.
Any way I can reach you guys out there?
Mr. Trent has the phone number.
Phone?
See you later, Mike.
Have fun. Good luck. Be careful.
Oh, look at him. I reckon he's ace, don't you? What do you think, Slim? Well, what would you know? You're a bloke. Ahoy there! Permission to tie up? Just been down the river spearing muddies. Warwick's the name. You must be Katie Larson. Katie doesn't speak Warwick. I know. She's from America. Her dad's been on TV and everything. I know that too. Your dad might want to cook these up for dinner. Local delicacy. Least I can do, seeing how we're practically neighbours. Hey, you didn't spare these. You bought them at the store. Well, I'd better shove off if I'm going to clear the reef before the tide turns. Yeah, why don't you shove off, Warwick? Well, it's been nice to meet you, Katie. Maybe I'll see you again soon, I hope. Thank you. What a nothing. He's my brother.
You know, it'll be great when we get off the beaten path. Get out in the real Australia, just you and me, under the great southern canopy.
Sure. Look at that. 20 miles an hour. Bloody tourist. Aren't they having fun? Mum would rather be in Sydney where a clothes dryer is. And the kids would rather be riding a skateboard down Parramatta Road. And Dad, hi Dad. He's wondering why in the heck that he spent 6 months' wages on a camping rig like that. Why do they do it? Leave the modern living behind and go and live with the mosquitoes and outdoor toilets.
I guess it's some inner urge to get back to nature.
Now you're cooking.
So that's all a walkabout is, huh? A vacation?
You want the answer in 5 minutes? Yes.
So the only difference in what they're doing and what your people do is that they carry 2 tons of camping equipment with them.
Right. Whereas me, I just go with a shirt on my back and the instinct of survival. And 2 major credit cards.
Who's being the smart aleck now, huh, Didge?
Mate, you gotta understand that there's some things that you'll never understand. Like, I'll never understand why Baron has a bath with the opera on. Like, you'll never fully understand things like Dreamtime and Walkabout. It's something you have to experience and hope for the best.
You go on walkabout often?
Not often enough.
Well, maybe that's why your grandfather's upset with you.
Maybe.
So how does a guy know where to go for a walkabout?
Mate, my nanny used to say that you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a very special reason. That is, you should listen twice as much as you talk. Listen, smell, experience, and be aware of things around you.
Mike. Put this all together now. First sentence. Delbert. Bring all Mike. Perfect. One more time. For the folks at home.
You're right. This isn't what I pictured.
Welcome to the way it is, mate.
What, 60%? I can't believe it, really. Yeah, g'day.
Where is he? It depends on who you're looking for, Armitage. Watch out, easy on the jacket. I just got it back from the cleaners. Where is he? Who?
Larson can't duck his date with Destiny.
I wonder what she looks like.
Tomorrow, after school, cricket nets. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You're his second?
Well, it really depends.
Look, if he doesn't show, I'm coming after you.
Oh, not again. Come on.
What seems to be the problem?
Nothing, sir. Kevin and I were having a discussion about aerodynamics.
Yeah, he's teaching me how to fly, sir.
I've been hearing rumours that the ongoing dispute between the boarders and the day students has reached an ugly head. Armitage, your posture. For God's sake, stand up straight!
Yes.
Under no circumstances will fighting be permitted at St. Crispin's. Understood?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Mr. Armitage?
Yes, sir.
You heard him.
He said in St. Crispin's. This will be outside. Be there with Larson.
Accent should be upon education.
I'd like to shift our focus.
Tucker's on here, fellas. Come and get it.
That's the best way to find that startup position upon graduation.
Heard your cousin Billy from Dubbo way. He reckons the Magpies are flogging their dingoes last season.
So a magpie can whip a dingo?
Football teams, mate. Moree Magpies versus the Dubbo Dingoes. Big grudge match every year. Like your Washington Redskins versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
So where's Grandpa?
He's at bingo. Gee, he loves that game. Here, dig in, my boy. Don't be ashamed around here.
Pity you took off early yesterday, bro. Could have met David's family. They're staying at Mr. Trent's place.
We'll be seeing plenty of your Baron Trent's place.
Should see what we're doing there. Give you a lift back tomorrow if you like.
We'll be coming, all right. With Tully Nevin.
Just give it a rest, you two, or I'll thump yous.
So what's Tully Nevins got to do with this?
Just wants to do his job.
What job is that, Bobby?
Nevin's in the wrecking business. Just when everything's running smoothly, he comes along and wrecks it.
I'm warning you both.
Sometimes things need wrecking, and they've never belonged there in the first place.
Where's that bloody strap?
Billy.
Oh, hello, Dad. Tell me, did you win any money for us or what?
How you going, Grandfather? This is David Larson, a friend of mine. David, this is my grandfather, been school with you.
Nice to meet you.
You're the professor's boy.
Yeah, my dad works with the Dolphins at Mr. Trent's place.
Mr. Trent's place?
So what's this business about telling Evan, Grandpa?
Didge, I think I'm gonna go outside.
You can stay, it's all right, mate.
This is family business.
Yeah, Bobby's right. I'll be outside.
Tully represents us, who want our land returned to its traditional people.
Tully's a lizard. He'll be whatever you want him to be if you pay him enough money.
Look who's talking. How much does Trent pay you?
What?
Magic or bird?
What?
Who do you reckon's best, Magic Johnson or Larry Bird?
Ugh. Well, the Lakers have a pretty deep bench. I guess they could survive without Magic Johnson. The Celtics, on the other hand, without Larry Bird, who knows?
You like it at Trent's place?
What, are you kidding? I'm strictly bright lights, thick smoke. This kind of stuff happen often here?
Ever since Bobby got into politics. They'll be at it all night.
Lawyers, city activists. What's that got to do with us, Grandfather?
Your Baron Trent is living on sacred land. And we want it back.
You must be Professor Larson, Katie's father?
Yeah.
I'm Warwick Wiley.
How do you do, Warwick? Friend of Katie's?
Yes.
You, come see Katie?
No, sir. I mean, yes, but I've mainly come to see you. I've been hearing about your dolphins.
Oh, Slim and Delbert, can you tell them apart? Slim with the frosty nose and Delbert. You want to give them a feed?
They bite?
No. They're very friendly. Very smart.
People say pigs are smart, but they never act it, do they?
Grab a couple of those balls over there. Okay, now watch this. I use a synthesizer to approximate words. You'd be surprised how quickly they respond. Slim, bring the ball, Michael. Delbert, bring the ball. Now, try that again. Delbert, bring the ball. Michael, Slim, bring the ball. They understood this morning.
Pity they forgot so soon. A bit like pigs.
Huh?
No offense.
Warwick, aside from the entertainment, what can I do for you?
I felt that you should be the first to know that my intentions are entirely honourable.
Your intentions to what?
I'd like to start seeing your daughter.
Are we being a little premature?
Sir?
Well, you don't think she's A little young for you.
No, sir. If she were any older, I'd have no chance at all with her. Thank you for understanding. I wouldn't worry about your dolphins, sir.
No?
They're probably just shy. I know. I'm shy too.
Yeah, I can see that. You. Thanks.
Sounds like you and young David had a good trip up north. How's your family?
Did you know that this property was on a sacred site, Baron? You did, didn't you?
Oh, yes, but I got contacted by some young lawyer, Tully Nevin. He went on about his trespassing here. I set him straight about that.
You set him straight?
Well, yes. I mean, he said he'd get back to me. You know, this property's been in my family for 50 years, Didge. My grandfather, he lived down there in the old shack. He cleared this land with his bare hands.
My grandfather said the dolphins have been coming here since the year dot.
Whose side are you on, Didge?
Is that a trick question, Baron? All I know is my dreaming places have been slowly turning into tourist dreamings, to bauxite dreamings and car park dreamings.
My family have put their blood and sweat into this place, Didge. I mean, they built it up out of swamps and mangroves. Oh, and now that it's worth something...
Worth? How do you judge worth, Baron? Flash house? Swimming pool? Tennis courts?
Do you know what a land rights suit's going to do to this place? Do you want the Larsons to pack up and go home? We're going to lose everything, Didge. I'm going to have to move. Where do you reckon that's going to leave you, huh?
I reckon it's going to leave me right here with Slim and Delbert, because no one said I had to leave.
Hey, Didge. David told me about your grandfather. He must be quite a man.
Back in West Australia, where my people from, well, certain time of year, we don't need boats for fishing. My grandfather used to whistle them in.
Whistle fish?
Whistle the dolphins. They'd herd them up and push them to shore.
Now instead we use a keyboard. It's all communication, I guess.
I was always taught that dolphins are special. They keep reminding mankind that he is a part of an environmental community and that he is always welcome.
You have a remarkable way of explaining things. Don't ever lose it.
He also reckons the longer I stay in civilization, the more I lose my bush skills.
Skills may change, maybe, but once a storyteller. You think Delbert and Slim give a damn if this is sacred land?
They know it's sacred. We just have to keep it sacred.
You tell your grandfather that?
No.
Why not? It's an important consideration.
Michael, he's an elder. I don't have the right to tell him anything.
The elder holds the collective knowledge of the whole clan. He relies on expert advice. Give yourself some credit, Didge. Give him the gift of your story.
The issue's political. It's out of my hands.
I don't believe that. And if you don't tell it, who will?
yeah, you're right. I'm a natural. All we have to do is hang him from a rafter and tie his arms around his back. I can't lose. Kevin, that's too tight.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, it's simple sports psychology. Believe in anything hard enough, it'll happen.
Yeah, let me get this straight, though. If I don't show, he's gonna come looking for you, right?
Look, that's beside the point. You're defending the honor of the day boys.
Big deal.
That's the spirit.
The future's narrow.
You know, he's a lot bigger than I remember. Well, you can whip him. Yeah, I know I can whip him. I just got one problem.
No problems. Positive outlook.
There's a problem. I left my shirt on, all right?
Well, we'll cut it off.
Kevin, laces, come on.
Cripes, Janet. With your complexion and all this ozone business, you really should be up by the trees, in the shade. I don't burn like Daddy. Or you. Funny about that, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, Janet, I'll buy us all an ice cream if you make the run. Okay. You want to go for a walk?
No, it is the same as the situation in Fiji. And if it is the same as Eskimo land rights, it can't be dismissed lightly. And I can't say I disagree with them.
But you can't deal with these people, Michael. There's over 800 different tribes, all with different languages and beliefs. See, they're essentially a nomadic people.
Actually, that's not quite correct, sir. True nomads were wandered somewhat unpredictably from place to place, whereas the Aborigines' journeys were almost invariably cyclic.
Yes, cyclic. Thank you, Rodney.
They moved about to allow the land and the wildlife to regenerate from season to season. Technically, that makes them conservationists.
Do you know, Rodney, I think I can smell the roast burning in the kitchen.
Very well, sir.
Even the flaming staff are against me.
Well, I think he makes a very good point about the conservationists.
I know it was their land first. The British settlement here was almost an inevitable accident of nature. Good Lord, do you know how close this country came to French settlement? And Dutch?
What do we do?
Well, if the worst comes to the worst, I'll have to offer them a cash settlement.
You think it's about money?
Oh, Michael, I've got the greatest respect for the natives of this country and their quaint beliefs. But our reality is tangible. It's homes, equipment, Slim and Delbert. Their reality is abstract. Myths, totems, rainbows that talk to giant goannas. Are you willing to abandon your work and uproot your family again just for that? There's too much at stake here, Michael. I'll call my lawyer.
I've always had a special affection for the Americans. I mean, the way they helped Australia in the big war. My dad said if it wasn't for the Americans, we'd probably be eating sushi. Another thing that I've always admired about the American nation is women. Can't live for them, can't live against them. Oh, something like that.
Don't tell me my brother kissed you. I try to tell him. Warwick, I say, there's nothing wrong with being friends with a girl, as long as you keep things Teutonic. Platonic? Is that what it is? No wonder he never listens to me.
The biting, the kicking, the scratching, no eye gouging.
What do we do for fun?
Let's get started. First we examine the gloves. Come on.
Look, there's no reason why two intelligent people like yourself and I can't work this out.
What have you got in mind?
Let's just split the cash.
Over your dead body.
What?
God, what have I done? It just Eddie wasn't even watching. God, that's not fair. Hit me in the face. Come on.
There's this young girl who came to a very special place, sort of like she was meant to, because she talked with words that she didn't say, like when the land tells us of the signs of the bush. Well, we understand, and the dolphins understand, but her mob, they made her feel left out. And while her father worked with the dolphins worked with her. And then her father realized the special feeling the dolphins had with his daughter. He reckoned that they were smarter than he was. Well, we have to educate them in the spirit dreaming of the dolphins. If we help them understand what we have around us all the time, our culture, our law that's older than time itself, then maybe they can learn and talk of the beauty that's within us. And you know what it's like. You need time. And maybe it's worth it.
We learned our first sentence.
Can't wait.
Yeah. You know, it's just like you said. You watch the eyes, you look for the opening, then pow! Good night, sleep tight. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Actually, it wasn't all that great, but you did cry when I decked him.
Decked who? Didge, have you seen Didge? He's supposed to get back from town.
Well, maybe he's got a new girlfriend.
Yeah, I heard you were making out on the beach today, Katie. Oh, yeah, I'd cry, too. I heard the guy was a major nerd ski.
Perhaps we should all go up to the house and look at the photos of little David on his first date.
It's a cheap shot, Dad.
Well, thanks. I didn't know we were in the same league.
Didge, what happened? Have they agreed on a settlement?
Did you have a car accident or something, Baron?
My lawyers say we can go up to $2 million. Not a penny more.
That's generous. Old man Wilger just got this healthy bingo problem.
I'm a patient man, Didge. I'm a fair-minded man, but I'm not going to tolerate that sort of thing.
Baron, don't get your knickers in a knot. I said I'd fix it, didn't I?
No.
Oh, didn't I? Well, you're not going to be kicked off the land anyway.
Oh, thank heaven. All right. What's the bad news? How much do they want?
Nothing.
That is outrageous. What?
They don't want your money. They want an understanding. Old man Wilger reckons that he is happy to know the travelers have come to his land to learn, understand, and respect it.
You can stay as long as Katie is here with the Dolphins.
Katie? What's she got to do with it? Mr. Trent, you gotta understand there's some things you'll never understand. Right, Ditch?
Right on, mate.
You know, you ought to let Ditch take you on a walkabout sometime. I mean, it really does calm you down. Helps you to listen, to smell, to experience.
Next on Dolphin Cove.
Don't worry, honey. We like this weather.
Hello. This is Baron Trent in Queensland, Australia. Is there anybody out there?
I'm not Indiana Jones, and I don't like living dangerously.
Tell him, Jono. Tell him who we are.
Mike, you can't defend yourself against those two.
I believe you're looking for us.
Go for help.
An accident left Sharon paralyzed, but the battle over who should care for her may have left her without love. West 57th tonight. Now stay tuned for a show every family must see, an issue every family must talk about. Children bearing children. It's TV 101. Next.